Alright, what's up everyone? This is the Nine Shark Man here with the UU match I just had. It was a really good match against this guy named Jatul. As you can, there's team preview, but Pokemon Showdown doesn't like to show that sometimes, so we're gonna skip over that and just get straight to. I'm just gonna go over it here. He's got a Crobat, Nidoking, Umbreon, Empoleon, Kingdra, and Cresselia. I have a UU team I made that originally had all of the letters flowing between them, like Yanmega, then Ambipom, and then originally had a Medicham, then Milotic, and then like all like the first letter to the last letter it'd flow, but it's been changed since then to be better because I want it to be a little bit better and more usable. Anyway, I predicted the Crobat lead, so I promoted my Sword Guy to start because it's Sword Guy, and he's just very handy. So he's just the speedy, bulky guy. So I'm gonna get into the match. He taunts me, which is really good on his move because I tried to Thunder Wave him, which would have really made a huge difference in this game. He turns out into Nidoking, which I predict, and instead of Volt Switching, I Iron Head. Now with the Earth Power inbound, I decide to switch into my Mermaid, misspelled on purpose by the way, to take the move. I was expecting Flamethrower actually, but he's got Earth Power instead, which I take pretty well, and he switches into Empoleon, which is really, really hard for my team to deal with. Not a whole lot of my team really wants to take on it. I switch in Sword Guy, trying to threaten the fighting move, and he scalds me and burns me. So Sword Guy is pretty useless, but I get off a Thunder Wave, which means his agility is useless. So I'm like, alright, I'm in a decent spot, got one thing paralyzed. Then he switches an ally as I get Stealth Rocks up, which is really going to help me in the end. Then I'm going to Volt Switch out of there, because I don't know what Umbreon wants to do, but I don't want him doing it to Sword Guy. It's going to go into Mega Yan, and he heals Bells, so it's not paralyzed anymore. That's frustrating. I decide to go for Air Slash, knowing that he's not going to stay in, and he's not going to go into Cresselia. So I almost killed Brobat here. Then I'm like, okay, I can outspeed a Brobat with Mega Yan, right? And no, I can't. If I had Speed Boost, I would have, but I've got Choice Specs Tinted Lens, so Brobat takes me out with a Brave Bird, which really sucks. My main sweeper's gone. So I send in High Five the Ambipom to fake out his Waddle the Empoleon, and just get out of there after that, because I can't do much more. Expecting him to actually use physical moves, I switch in Garen the Hitmontop, and he just uses agility, and he doesn't care. So it's obvious he's going to switch here, because he doesn't want to lose Empoleon, and he switches in his Cresselia, and I'm like, oh god. Hate Cresselia. His team's actually quite bulky. That Kingdra is a bulky set, too. So he's got three really pretty good tanks. So I switch into Sword Guy, just to, I'm not really sure. I want to see what he's doing, so it's just as a scout. I Thunder Wave it to try and force him to switch back into, his Umbreon to heal Bell it. Then, I believe I send in Mermaid here. Sword Guy goes down that turn, and I definitely should have just gone into Mermaid in the first place and Dragon Tailed it, but that I did not do. Then Nidoking comes in, Nidoking weaves immediately into Ally to get rid of the paralysis. I had to go for the Scald and hope for a burn, but that doesn't happen. So I get out of there, because I know he's going to start doing things. So I'm going to try and threaten him out with Hitmontop, but he's going to heal Bell, and he doesn't care. So I'm expecting a switch here, so I decide I'm going to Toxic. However, he stays in, and then I get Toxic in return, so that kind of sucks. He foul plays me, but that doesn't do anything because I resisted. And yeah, so toxic damage happens, and I just start going for Stone Edges, trying to get some damage on. Then he witches, so I'm rather certain he's going to pass it, but I'm not sure what to. So I will switch into High Five the Ambipom again, just to try and get damage on something. But Waddle Dee comes in, his Berry activates, and yeah, that's pretty damn threatening. So I'm just gonna go ahead and fake out Waddle Dee, switch out into Mermaid. If you're wondering why I'm switching out so much with High Five, he only has 2 moves. He has Fake Out and Last Resort. So he goes to the Agility, then the Grass Knot at +1. That's not quite enough to take me out, and I hit the Dragon Tail luckily, and I switch him into Ally, which is great because that means he's going to be taking toxic damage. And then I rest up while he goes to the Foul Play to try and get the KO. I was like, I could probably take one. Mermaid has no attack, so even if I was not faster, I definitely would have had that. So I decided to go for the Sleep Talk, and I Dragon Tail him out before he can Wish again, which is fantastic. So he's getting lower on health. Waddle Dee just comes in, Agilities. I believe I missed the Sleep Talk this turn, yeah. But next turn I can take the Grass Knot. Now that he's not +1, it doesn't do near as much. I just Dragon Tail him right out again. Royal Pain comes in, and I'm like, okay, he's gonna switch. He doesn't want to stay in this matchup, right? But he Earth Powers me, and I just Dragon Tail him out because I figured he was gonna switch. But nope, he didn't. So Cresselia comes in, and I'm kind of threatened by this. I don't know if it's faster than me or not, and it is. However, I live at 4% with that nice physical bulk, and just rest up and not care at all. So he starts boosting up with Calm Minds, and I'm like, okay, I just need to hit the Dragon Tail on one of their Sleep Talks, and luckily I do on the first one, so he's just out of there immediately. And then Ally comes in again, the Umbreon, and I'm like, if I hit a Scald, I knock him out here. And I hit a Dragon Tail, so he's gonna pretty much die to rocks now. Then Shite Storm comes in, and I'm like, okay, he's probably gonna sub, and if he does, that's a problem. If Dragon Tail can't one-shot it, and Dragon Tail can't one-shot it. So that's really horrible for me. This thing is a really bulky Kingdra. I mean, I know my Lodic doesn't have much attack, but it should be enough to break a Kingdra sub, but apparently not. So I switch in Garen, both as Death Fodder to break substitutes and to get that Intimidate stage, to intimidate him, so he's not at the plus attack. So he's going to Dragon Dance, and I'm just going to start Stone Edging him. Then I realized for me to get anywhere, I need to stop him from getting substitutes. So I Mach Punch him here. And then I realized I'm going to go down to Toxic in a turn or two, so what I need to do is start Stone Edging every turn and landing the Stone Edge just every turn, so the substitute doesn't stay up. Because if it doesn't stay up, I have a good chance of taking him out with High Five the Ambipom. So I'm down at 11%. He decides to take me out with Waterfall, which is not a good move on his part. He should have subbed down again and let me die to Poison if I missed the attack. However, I fake out and it doesn't quite kill him. Recognizing this, I realize if I don't have Ambipom, I'm gonna lose. So I'm going to switch into the Nidoking as Death Fodder, just so I can fake out again with Ambipom. So Kingdra goes down, and in comes Cresselia. I'm kind of freaking out because it's Cresselia. I can't kill it with one shot with Last Resort, but luckily for me, he does not expect it and goes for Calm Mind. And that means I just get a free kill on Cresselia. He's not going to switch at this point. Cresselia is really not going to help him too much. And I can just Last Resort him another time. Royal Pain comes in, and I'm like, okay, I can outspeed him, right? Wrong. That thing is a Choice Scarf to Nidoking. Oh my god. I have like 330 speed, but it has to be Choice Scarf to be able to do that. So I switch in Mermaid here. I crit the Scald, and that ensures I live the Grass Knot, and that ensures that I can take him out this next turn with another Scald after living the Grass Knot. So I actually stand a chance in this game now. Royal Pain comes in, Earth Powers me, I take that fine, and I take him out. And I know that I can live a Foul Play, even if it crits at this point in time. And that's assuming Umbreon comes in. My opponent says GG in the chat. Umbreon, with his bulk, lives at 1%, and then I'm able to take it out with a Scald, of course. I could have also rested and let the Toxic take it out. So there's nothing he could have done. Even if he had Protect, he would have lost that turn. Uh, yeah. So that was my UU match. I hope you enjoyed it. It was really good one against what Jatul. So I don't know this guy. I just got paired up against him randomly, and it was a really fun match. So I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as at least as much as I had playing the match. If you enjoyed it, leave me a comment. If you have improvements for this team, which I'm certain there's many, please feel free to suggest those in the comments. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. Anyway, this is the Nine Shark Men here. See you guys next time.